We live, baby. We live, baby. Yes,
We
sir.
live.
Welcome. Another episode of the West Coast Rivalry Podcast. Your boy, Lonzell II, and
You
my
already know.
co-host,
Come on, young Tick in the
Mr.
building.
Ticker.
You know how we do.
So,
So,
you're introducing me, or should I introduce
today,
myself?
you can introduce yourself if you want to,
Man,
Mr.
I'm the
Lonzell.
one who started this thing. I'm Lonzell Hill. Man, I'm UW, All Centennial, NFL, prospect for the Hall of my fame. Not the NFL's Hall of Fame, not just yet. But I'm ready to talk about it, man. I played with New Orleans, second round draft choice. Man, first winning season in New Orleans history. Let's do it.
Well,
I got
let me add a little more to your credentials because you're a little more than what you just said. You know, you was the player of the year in Stockton.
I feel like you cutting yourself short.
Well, if you want to hear about it, let me tell you about it, man. I started out in Stockton, California, born and raised. I'm in the Stockton Hall of Fame, the Black Hall of Fame in Stockton. One of Stockton's finest. Came here to UW, played for the great Don James, all Pac-10, all American, all Centennial, which means the best in 100 years. You can call me the GOAT, because I don't think no other ones 100 more years ain't passed yet. A Husky legend, you know. Then I say, second round draft choice, New Orleans. Star.
Should have been first.
Should have been first. I got bumped out by Haywood Jeffries, but we won't talk about it. Career's been great, man. 10 years in the professional ranks. Spent 3 years in Canada. My last 3 after I got injured and played with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, man. So you talking somebody that know about this here thing. You know, been around the world. We can talk about hoop too. Average 25.2 in high school. Watch your. Oh yeah, I can shoot that thing. Played with KJ, Kevin Johnson, man. That's my guy. He averaged 32, I averaged 25. Scott Brooks, who's Scott coaching for now?
He was he was with the Washington Wizards the last time I checked.
Yeah. He averaged 25. We was all in the same conference. I gave him the business. You know, I did. I gave him the business. But I elected to go football, man, when they said I was recruited for Cal. And when I found out KJ was going to Cal and hoop, man, there wasn't enough balls to go around. So I said, look here, I'm going to go and catch that oval thing.
Right, for real.
Yeah.
And don't leave out the track. You know, you still hold the record at Stag.
Oh, yeah. I hold a record in Stockton, California for them high hurdles. 13.4. I was moving, and half the time I ran on the dirt. Yeah, I must have been running too fast for the podcast. Yeah, and that's my son, Lonzell II, young Tick. That's my nephew, and we gonna them some good young men, and they do great things. And y'all listen to them, man. They blow them boys up, man. They know about it. You know, they know about it. Let's talk about it, man. Let's do this thing I came here to do, man. Let's tell these people something.
Let's do it.
Yeah, amen.
First of all, I want to go ahead and say thank you for your time, number one. And thank you for blessing us with the information that you're going to be blessing the public with today. Shout out to everybody that's on the live right now. Shout out to Brother Zell. Fresh off the paddy wagon, you know, getting that cabbage, you dig? You know, me too, myself. Working remotely at the moment in Nevada, in the state of Nevada. And, you know, we just trying to bring this thing together. Another live show of the West Coast Rivalry. And, of course, again, as we mentioned, we've got a fantastic guest today, Mr. Lonzell Hill, the one and only big homie. And
the one and only, man. And don't be scared to use the word legend. You know, it got a nice ring to it.
Factual.
It sure do.
Zell, I think we're going to be talking about the NFC West today in particular. And you had some things that you wanted to share in terms of what happened yesterday when we had a chance to watch the debacle of your Seattle Seahawks. And I hate to start off
with that. We can call it that.
Talk to us, Zell. What happened, brother? We listening?
Yeah. Let's start off with the Seahawks because they need to hear about it. They need to hear about the letdown. Everybody knew that we was going to spank the Raiders. Come on. The Raiders have not been good since I don't even know when. But the Raiders ain't good right now. And as bad as they've been, we allowed them to play at our level, or maybe we just played down to their level. I don't know what it was, but we beat plenty of teams that were better than them. And we came into this game maybe on a high horse, maybe on this ego type of thing where we just knew we were supposed to beat the Raiders, and that did not happen. Derek Carr low-key carved us up, and so did Josh Jacobs. That boy ran all over us. He exposed us, and what they did was they picked on our weaknesses. They picked on the ones who were not able to cover. They picked on Jordan Brooks, who cannot cover in pass coverage. They picked on Mike Jackson, who was not Tyreek Woolen. They literally went away from Tyreek Woolen the whole game. And that's a recipe for disaster for us. Not too many people would be as safe as they were. They were very safe. They went to exactly the people that they were supposed to go to. Michael Jackson, moonwalking all day. Moonwalking, just waiting for Devontae Adams to make that break. And when he did, he couldn't do nothing with it. And then the ball was caught. So that's pretty much what happened. They picked on our weaknesses. They knew where we were weak. They knew where we could not cover. And they capitalized. Overtime, they have been the king of overtime. They have been undefeated in overtime, and they won. I don't like to talk about it too much. It's because we were supposed to win that game, and I was supposed to win some money on that game. I want to hear what you guys had to say about this Raiders-Seahawks game, because what the hell? Let's go to my pops, Lonzell. What'd you see in this game?
Well, let me tell you this here, son. You got the Adams effect. The Adams effect, ain't nobody out there going to cover that man. And then when you run up against a secondary like the Seahawks, which I'm really not fond of, I don't really see anybody. They don't have a lockdown corner. They don't have nobody that you scared. They do not have a lockdown corner because if you did, you'd have to lock down Adams. That goes into showcasing. There's nobody back there. Whichever one you think that might be a lockdown corner is not a lockdown corner. You got Diggs back there. Diggs make plays, and that's the reason I like him is because he makes plays, but he's not as consistent as a defensive back because he gets beat as well. And your running game. When you got that boy 28, man, running that ball like he run with attitude. And if you're not matching energy, you're going to get the attitude. I seen he push your big lineman down in the face on the one run when he had his grips on him. We call it punking him back in the day. He faced him, and then he came through there, man, and they was tired of hitting that boy, because your secondary aren't hitters. And we don't have hitters, and that big boy come rolling through there like that, man. You might as well put your arms up, both of them high with 10 fingers in the air, and that's what's going to happen. So unless them boys come back there and start hitting, Diggs ain't a hitter. Your lockdown boy ain't a hitter. You don't have no fear of striking nobody coming from the back. That's going to come up and lay hat. Ain't nobody back there wearing no big helmet. They all want to be cute. And that cuteness don't win in overtime. And the Raiders, what they going to do? They going to smash mouth. They going to run the ball. And then Adams going to loosen your ass up. And shit, they going to go up in it.
It's almost like he knew what he was saying, and I love it. I like what you said. I'm going to go ahead and refer to you as Mr. Hill, even though you're family.
That's right.
Because you're a professional. Again, 10 years professionally as an athlete, playing football. Zell, I like what you said earlier when you talked about how Seattle really wasn't out there playing at the level that they should in terms of run game. But here's my take. And let me tell you what I saw. And I want to start off by talking about the numbers because we all like to talk about what, Jill? Percentages, right? And this is what I saw. I saw Josh Jacobs average 6.9 per carry.
Right in that thing.
I saw Josh Jacobs with 229 yards for 33 carries.
Running that thing.
Listen, there is no way in hell you can expect to win a game when your defense is laying an egg like that. You have a team who prides themselves on defense. The worst thing that you could let happen for a team like this is to let the run game control the entire game. Now, let's say, sure, that last run probably did pile on about an 80 additional yards. The one where he broke free at the end of the game, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you take those 75 away and you still got over 100 yards. And so what I'm saying at the end of the day is if your guys is the makeup of this team is going to be predicated on solid defense, you can't allow those things to happen. And you wanted to see Geno step up and make that play. But instead, what you saw was Geno actually sitting in that pocket, nervous. I saw him shivering. Oh, he was scared. And let me also add on to that. I also saw when it came time for Geno to deliver in crunch time before the end of the fourth quarter, he threw into 3 different defenders on 2 separate occasions. Zell, I know that we're not going to say that Geno Smith is going to be the quarterback that's going to save you guys for the next couple years. Sure, he's a bridge quarterback. But what I am saying is that if he's going to be your game manager, then we have to at least pick plays that are going to work better in the favor of what his strengths are, number one. And then also, it almost just seemed as if the moment was too big for him, as if he knew that he needed to win because this was a game that they're relying upon to get them into the playoffs because they are really competing with the San Francisco 49ers right now for that top spot in the NFC West. Now, because they did not get the W, now this puts them in the position to where they're literally going to be scratching to get inside just for a wild card position. And again, I like what you said, Mr. Hill. You literally said exactly what I was thinking at the same time. If you're going to have somebody cover that back half of that defense, right? And he's got to be somebody that can lay a hat. We need, if we're the Seattle Seahawks and I'm the head coach, I need somebody that's going to be just as physical as Cam Chancellor was. Now, I know that Cam Chancellor wasn't the guy that was going to be picking off every single ball. That's what you had Earl Thomas for at the free. But what I do know is that Demaryius Thomas, when he went up for that catch in Super Bowl, when they had Peyton Manning in year number 1, when he took him to that first bowl, what happened? Boy, I tell you what, Demaryius Thomas didn't come across that middle for the rest of the game. And if you're not going to apply that same type of pressure on an offense, who can put up the points like the Oakland Raiders have? Again, 229 yards on 30 carries. And you're talking about Devontae Adams, 7 catches, 74 yards, 10.6 yards per catch. He didn't even have to score a touchdown in order for them to even stay in the game, guys. So that's telling me a lot about the suspect defense that Seattle thought that they had in terms of greatness. And now we have to go back to the drawing board. And I've been saying this for a long time. Zell, you must attest to this. Diggs ain't what you think he was, bro. He's not what you wanted him to be. He is inconsistent, and I saw it in week 2 when they played against the San Francisco 49ers. He's not that guy. Is he a player that can start? Yes. but he ain't gonna be what you want him to be in terms of that backfield when you had Earl Thomas,
absolutely,
and Cam Panther. And I rest
absolutely, absolutely. Young Tick. I'm gonna call you Tick because you say Tick on there. You said a mouthful. Every defense, if you look at it, every physical defense, every defense that's recognizable as one of the great defense, they got a hog back there. You know, every defense, you can't pick out one that ain't got a dog that's out there banging heads. He may take a penalty or two. Diggs ain't taking them. Chancellor gonna tear your head off. That may cost you 15, but it's gonna save you a whole lot of yards in the long run because it's giving you something to think about. And I'm speaking as a receiver who had to come across that middle, and back in the day, they was really hitting. Nowadays, they just playing a little touch. But you still got to have somebody back there that you think might hit you. You know, Diggs. Man, you run over there, throw your hands up with your ribs exposed. He ain't going to do nothing but try to barbecue him and then get him a meal. But he going to try to pick it off. Now, the boy makes plays. But ain't no hog back there that's an enforcer. And on that last run, that's his job. He's the last line of defense. You ain't supposed to give up no 75-yard touchdowns. You know, and it's a blessing. You know, one thing that impresses me about my young family, man, is that, you know, the stats, the statisticians, the knowing of players and the knowing of the statistics and what's have you. But I'm here to talk about the game, the real deal. No, hey, the names change, like I told you, nephew, but the game remains the same. So unless you get them cats that's going to play. Now, I said this about the Seahawks. Seahawks is going to be good early in the season because Pete Carroll was going to have them so ready because they was young. They needed that extra work. They paid attention to detail. Now, teams that's been good already, they had them veterans. They had they're easing their way in. You know, and I told Zell before how the Saints used to be with Jim Moore. We'd be at our peak by game 7. And the veterans, man, like, you know, 49ers and all them, man, they come pass us up because they was gradually getting better. So the Seahawks ain't going to get no better. Matter of fact, they're going to get worse because if you're not getting better, you get worse. So as teams start passing their asses up, Zell, remember I said this, because Geno is still Geno. Understand that. My dad and your grandfather, your uncle say, you can't be nobody but you. Geno can only be Geno. And Geno's only good for so many games. Geno was managing the game. But as the further you come along, teams get better. They start game planning for you. Now Geno has to step up and come out of his comfort zone if he's going to be the man. He's not going to do that. He's not going to make plays. Right now, at the end of the season, you need somebody to win it. Not somebody just to manage the game. Early in the season, everybody filling themselves out. Now they're ready to play. You know, and no, it's not going to happen. Not for the Seahawks. The defense is not good enough. They really can't stop the run. It's been shown, and you're gonna see. You know, Lockett is good. Lockett, I like Lockett, but he's not they don't have the route running receivers, man, that's hitting you with the bops. They always broken plays or little bitty short ones, and Lockett is covered. He makes a great catch, you know, and coming down the line, nah, it's not gonna happen. So what they at 6 right now?
6.
They may win 8 games. I said,
yeah, I can't see that.
I said it.
I can't see it.
How
Well,
many
let me
winning before the season started?
honestly, I had 6.
Okay, they gonna win 8.
I had 6.
You
But
only 2 off.
see, the thing is, we forgot about the Rams and the fact that they ain't nothing this year. They lost a whole lot of players. Yeah, so we played them twice still. We haven't even played them yet. That's the thing. We got the Rams. We got the Panthers. We got the 49ers, we got the Chiefs, we got the Jets, and the Rams.
So
now, out of those 6
teams
games,
you said, Zell, let me hit you right there, and I'm gonna give you the mic.
Yeah, let me know.
Y'all gonna split with the Rams.
Ooh.
You're gonna split with the Rams. The Jets are better than you right now. The Jets are yes. Watch me, Zell, and you like that running back. You like Breece Hall.
He's gone. He's out for the season.
Well, they got another one.
They do got another one,
and
but he gone.
And that quarterback is confident right now.
Mike White
just beat you, and the 49ers, y'all can't beat them. Zell, they got one of the best defenses going, and they're peaking.
I don't know.
3 interceptions that game.
They gotta come here. They gotta come here. They was at home last time. Plus, we didn't even have Kenneth Walker in the game.
Watch it.
Hi, who's able to tackle the man?
Tackle who?
Nobody. He had 2 tugs last year
Walker,
or last game.
The pinball. He's making breaking tackles.
Boom, 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 boom. Don't try to tackle him with one person because that ain't gonna happen.
See what they did to Kamara.
Kamara ain't got a QB. Kamara ain't got nobody on the outside.
You see what
Who's the receivers?
Y'all
all
ain't
they
got
gotta
no
do is
QB either, Zell.
we got a QB. We got a decent QB, not a QB, but we got a decent QB, and we got receivers. They have nobody on the outside.
Zell.
Michael Thomas is gone.
Watch
Jarvis Landry is washed.
Y'all have no playmakers on the outside. Metcalf is not a playmaker.
Thank you.
He makes plays though. So what do you call that?
Metcalf catches it when he's wide open, come across the middle, touching, he's dropping it and looking around. And he's the biggest thing going, looking like He-Man.
He-Man. He is He-Man.
That's reality, Zell.
Okay, but look. All right. Let me debunk y'all's points because you guys aren't seeing it from the inside. So Tyreek Woolen shuts down his side, and they have a whole scheme where they run the same thing like they did with Richard Sherman. They keep him on their sides, and on his side, it's over. You don't throw to his side. It was clear to see in the Raiders game, they didn't even look towards Tyreek Woolen's side. Every time Devontae Adams,
the right side,
he was on the left side. Left side. Every time Devontae Adams getting in the huddle, he looking straight to the right side because that's where he's going. He go over to the right side, line up on Mike Jackson, break him down, boom, 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 get the catch. He already has too much respect for Tyreek Woolen, so there's no way that they're going to go over there. So he's locking down that side. He might not be a lockdown corner because he's not running around like Darrelle Revis, but he's locking down his side because of the scheme that the Seahawks play. Then Diggs got 2 picks, so he made plays. And then the Jamal Adams, that's what we're forgetting. Jamal Adams was the man that was that Cam Chancellor type. You know, he wasn't great in coverage like Cam Chancellor, but he's coming up and playing a linebacker type of role. He's coming up and stopping the run. He's making sacks. We don't have any safeties to make any sacks anymore because Jamal Adams is gone. He was the guy. He was that dude. And so since we don't have him, we have Ryan Neal, who is more like a free safety, similar to Quandre Diggs. He's not coming up and hitting. He's not coming up and laying hat, but he'll make plays every now and then. He'll tackle somebody when somebody comes across his face, but he's not coming up and putting any fear in nobody's heart. You know, that's why they run right up the middle every time. And we got 2 linebackers who run straight into blocks and stick with the block like they 2-stepping. I don't know what. I don't get it, but we have no depth at that position to put anybody else in. We got Cody Barton. We got Jordan Brooks. These 2 dudes are not Bobby Wagner, and that was the problem. We let go Bobby Wagner, who was that dude and who was still that dude. And now we got Cody Barton and Jordan Brooks trying to fill his shoes, and they don't got big enough feet. So that's the problem.
That was the biggest problem right there. They let Wagner up out of here.
Well,
yeah, that was it.
And I want to piggyback on that too, pause, Zell, because this is what I've been saying, Mr. Hill. I want to bring you into this conversation as well. I've always pointed out that there's an issue with Seattle retaining the players that they need to retain. There's no way you let Bobby Wagner walk away. There's no way I don't care how mad Russell Wilson is. Russell Wilson wanted to stay in Seattle, but you guys didn't want to give him an offensive line. Ain't nobody about to keep playing for a team that ain't going to protect the quarterback. He's only getting older. So at the end of the day, do you really care about your players? I don't know, but I can't see it. And that's the problem. And nobody wants to really face. They want to say, oh, Russell started acting different with CeCe. When CeCe was with Russ, he still had it popping. Let's not go back on the tape. I can show you. CeCe was with Russ during the pandemic.
Early.
She was with him before the pandemic.
Well, you got to understand too. CeCe brought stability to Russ.
Come on.
So now when you got you're in the limelight. One, you got a well-known lady. He's stable now. Now the ones you worry about are the ones that's out there chasing. The ones that's out there chasing is the ones you got to worry about. You don't have to worry about one with CeCe. Russ was stable with her. He had a woman. He was in his business, so he was concentrated and he was focused. You let him out of there, and the reason Russell Wilson is not playing as well is because he's in a system, man, that is not built for Russell Wilson.
Sure.
And that is why Geno is not going to play the same, because that system was built for Russell and not a Geno. Lockett, if he left Seattle, Lockett would have problems because Lockett got to run routes, and Lockett ain't run. He just running around, and Geno ain't finding him. And for Metcalf, man, he's just a big fast sucker, man. He ain't got a route in him. He ain't got a route in him except a out, a stop, and a go. And if you go across the middle, his arms get short as what is it, Tyrannosaurus Rex or Tyrannosaurus Rex? He get them gaiters right there. He get them things like you think his wrist is connected to his shoulders.
Yeah. He'll hit you. He'll hit you though. But yeah, he ain't gonna try to catch it. He gonna make sure he lay the hat when he's running the route.
He'll blindside you. Yeah,
sure. He will blindside you.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the best thing going. He will blindside you, and he's huge. Blindside to him, he'll catch you slipping.
Oh yeah.
But if you can see him, nah, he ain't gonna have them problems.
No, he's no TO. That's for sure. And that was his early comparison. He's no TO. He's no TO.
He big. He fast. And catch the open pass. And you don't see him. You wouldn't put him as a Adams. He ain't out there. What's my boy number 11 right now for Philadelphia?
AJ Brown.
Debo. Them cats make it happen. He's
True.
depending on the quarterback to make it happen, and that's just a fact. He's not that guy where they're gonna say you need to get him the ball. That's not him. So we got a long way, but they did a lot better than people expected.
Right. They pulled off some wins that they weren't supposed to win.
That's right.
They got that one against the Chargers. That was huge. The Giants were 6-1, I think, when they beat them. So they got a couple wins where people didn't expect it. And they did it. Geno did his thing, as well as he could. And I think that's what helped his hype. And people are still backing him now. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say they don't know football or whatever, but they just are very much on the hype. They on this Geno hype, and they're running with it, and they feel as though he should be the man from going forward, and don't draft a quarterback. But I'm definitely knowing that he's a bridge. Yeah, they better get one.
They better get them one of them quarterbacks.
Out there.
If you're trying to get somewhere, you better get you a quarterback. Zell, now as I'm going over the schedule, man, I really do. You can debate it. I got you splitting with the Rams and beating the Panthers.
That's usual. Yep.
That's 2 wins.
So yeah, the Chiefs is a wrap. The 49ers, we can get them at home because that's a rivalry.
Not happening.
And then, okay, you can say that, but let them be healthy. That's what I want to know. Are they going to be healthy when the time comes? Elijah Mitchell's gone.
We don't need
McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's hurt right now. He's probably going to be hurt next game and probably going to be out for the game for Seattle.
I don't think he's the best running back, though, Zell.
Who?
McCaffrey.
Yeah, but he might not even be playing because he's hurt right now. He got knee soreness.
That defense, man. I don't see you guys getting 6 points.
Listen,
All right.
I'm
telling you guys, we got Kenneth Walker.
Listen, that's cute, Zell. And
Kenneth Walker, brother, man.
Okay. What has Kenneth Walker done
though.
for you lately? What did he do
2
last
tugs,
week?
2 touchdowns.
Last week?
2 touchdowns.
Okay. Did you get the W?
Come on, that was in Geno's hands.
Oh.
The run defense was terrible, but he had 2 touchdowns. He made it happen. Geno threw it into coverage.
Zell, I'm gonna ask you a question. Is there an iron team?
Never was there an iron team.
Michael Jordan said ain't no we either.
Ain't no we. Come on. We got 2 of the greatest speaking it, telling it how it is, telling the real, keeping it a buck. And because of that, I want to also talk about what you just said. Now, before we get into this 49ers and Saints game that just transpired on Sunday, I want to talk about what happened during week 2 when San Francisco played the Seattle Seahawks. Zell, can you tell me what the results were, and can you share the score with us, please?
It's hard for me to continue to repeat the same thing that I've been saying over and over because you keep talking about week 2 and week 2 and week 2 and week 2. We know what happened. I told you Rashad Penny is not that dude. I keep saying that, and I sound like a broken record. I don't want to keep saying it. We got Kenneth Walker, the man, K9, and who can tackle him? I'm going to say it again. Nobody. Okay, so look. We got Kenneth Walker back there now who can run the fucking ball, okay? And then we got Geno who learned his lesson, okay? He gonna learn his goddamn lesson. He gonna figure it out, and he gonna hand the ball off to Kenneth Walker, and he gonna run the ball all over you guys, and we gonna expose you guys because you might not have Christian McCaffrey, and you don't have Elijah Mitchell, so you know Christian McCaffrey can't run the ball 20 times a game, or he's gonna get hurt. He's fragile. Oh, you got Jordan Mason. But look,
oh, say it again.
You don't like Elijah Mitchell, Joe?
He's gone. He's out for about eight weeks.
Yeah, he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, because they're injury prone. These boys are injury prone, and they don't seem to understand the fact that these boys need to. Yeah, exactly. Do it again and see what happens.
Hey, listen,
we're gonna be in Seattle, and you ain't gonna throw towards Tyreek Woolen because we know that's what that's gonna do.
So why do you have him rated so high?
Because they will not throw. Idea. If you look at the stat chart, they did not throw to the left side at all last game. And when they do, he got 5 interceptions. Well, 5 interceptions in 10 games.
So high, who?
Because nobody can run against him. If you put somebody over there, he's gonna shut him down. He hasn't let up more than 57 yards in a game. Because he's a shadow. They call him a shadow for a reason.
Or is he that strong?
No, he's that fast. He runs a 4.2.
You know, speed don't turn into coverage, Zell.
It has for him. You know, he picture this. Richard Sherman running a 4.2.
Oh no, Zell!
That's Hall of Fame.
You wait.
All right, I'm early.
You describing Neon.
See, you said it before me because I was gonna say it, but you said it.
No, man.
You said it.
Put that. What year is this for him?
He's a rookie, and that's what I'm telling you. He got 5 picks as a rookie.
Them vets gonna eat that rookie up, man.
They haven't yet,
man.
And you know what Devontae Adams said?
They gonna call him lunch meat.
Not this year, not next year, probably not in the future. No, mark mine. Look. Y'all can eat all you want because I ain't hungry. Look, Devontae Adams said this. He said, I respect that man so much, and I know exactly what he can do. And that is why he did not line up on his side. He made sure to go to the other side when he wanted the ball.
Zell. So are you saying Devontae Adams went away from him because he respected him that much?
Exactly.
Zell.
That's it. That's absolutely
that hat
it.
You got on? Loosen it up. Hey,
y'all gonna eat your words.
Son.
You might be more hungry.
Let me tell you something.
You better get more hungry. You better save some room.
Something about a receiver in the NFL. We ain't scared of nobody or nothing. Else you wouldn't be there. Now, he may say it in the public's eye, but I guarantee you, if when he go in that locker room, he say, man, shit. Man, you put that motherfucker on me if you want to. Now, in the public, he gonna be political. Oh yeah, I respect him, man. He one of the best things going. And in the locker room, he say, man, I eat that rookie's ass up. That's what he's saying. Now for the fans who don't know, they can eat that shit up. But for me, and who been in that thing, I respected Ronnie Lott, and he can play it, but I wasn't shying away from his ass. So the way you talk out in public and your actions, you think that rookie believed Devontae Adams was going on the other side because of him? Shit. If it was up to Devontae Adams, that nigga wouldn't have made the team.
Hey. He a rookie. Chill. He a rookie. He a rookie.
Hey,
chill.
All the rookies for a reason, man. He gonna be good. He gonna be good. He's good now as a rookie. He's a good rookie. He's a good rookie, but I guarantee you, ain't nobody trading their veterans on the corner for him. Hey, Zell, trust me. He get over there. Them veterans, man. When I say them boys can play, they there for a reason. It may be one or two of them, man, that be suspect. But understand, hey, man, watch it unfold, Zell.
Hey, I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna stand right here on the podium and continue to preach his name, because at the end of the day, everybody gonna see. So I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be right here talking about Tyreek Woolen. He's leading the league in Pro Bowl votes right now. The whole NFC.
I ain't
right
seen
now.
Votes, I leave that up to y'all, man. Y'all know that. Y'all know.
I just seen it today.
Well, I'll tell you like this. Okay. Now I hear the word Mr. Tyreek Woolen. I hear you talking about him a lot. Zell, matter of fact, I want to say that you've been talking about him the whole podcast thus far.
Every single show.
Zell, I want to go ahead and throw another name out there, and I'm sure, respectfully, Mr. Hill is familiar with his name as well. Let's talk about Talanoa Hufanga, okay, on the San Francisco 49ers, okay, who doesn't just play the deep pass, but he also stops the run. He also is a strong safety who has free safety skills, who also has a high amount of interceptions this season, who also causes a lot of fumbles and recovers them, who also is part of that caliber, Super Bowl caliber defense. And also, I want to make sure that we remember and remind everybody that's on the live and who will be watching this pre-recorded at a later time, that it's cute that you keep talking about how great one person is on your defense. Because that don't equal a W, my friend, as you have witnessed season and week after week. OG has given you 2 more games to win this season. Zell, would you like to dispute that, or can we move on to the next topic?
I'll just say this. I'm going to give us 4.
Who's the 4? Can I get those real quick?
Real quick. Rams, Panthers, Niners, Rams.
Damn.
Rams, Panthers, Niners, Rams. Oh, Zell done lost his mind.
Hey. Nobody thought we was going to win 6, but look at where we are.
You called 6 for the season. The season ain't over.
I did, but I didn't think the Rams are going to be this bad. I thought they was ex-Super Bowl champs.
What they
And
lost?
it looked like they're
lost all their hogs, man.
Yeah, they got a hangover.
And they got a hangover, and all their players went and got that money.
Exactly. And Stafford, he got his ring, so he good. He don't want to play no more.
And I want to also ask you this a question. This is a good question that I want to impose on Mr. Hill as well, which is when the Rams were healthy and Aaron Donald was in, because now he suffered a high ankle sprain last week. Cooper Kupp's out for the season. If those two particular pieces, which are keystone pieces of the offense and the defense, right? If the Rams were able to bring back OBJ, do they still have a chance to make it in the playoffs this season?
The Rams? Oh, absolutely not. Rams are hit. They're done. The only ones they're going to beat are the Seahawks.
Damn.
They're going to split. Rams ain't got no playoff hopes alive. And OBJ going to Dallas. Jerry Jones, you know he had that little thing with the airplane and all that. They had to put his ass off, whatever the case may be. But Jerry Jones don't give a damn. He'll sign his ass anyway. And give him a raise. Tell him to do it again.
More publicity.
Yeah. And then go jump in the thing, in the cup, whether the Salvation Army thing.
Go jump in the cup.
Yeah, man. Simon say go jump in the cup, man. Get put off the plane, go jump in the cup. So that's what's happening there, man. Yeah, they done. It's gonna split with the Seahawks because they split every year.
Every year.
History has proven. So you're gonna go. Geno ain't gonna go against history, man. You know, Geno's gonna go right along with it. He did what he did. He gonna get his 8 wins. He got 2 more than they thought. They're gonna draft a quarterback and get his ass out of there. Thank you, but no thank you, Geno. And his backup stinks. You know, they were so happy to get his ass up out of Denver. You could tell that, hey, Seahawks did them a favor. That was one of the worst trades between 2 teams ever. Both of them boo-boo.
You know,
a quarterback that can't win and a quarterback that don't play. What the hell is that? What kind of trade is that, man? I'm gonna send one over there that's gonna lose all the games, and you gonna send me one who ain't even gonna see the field. He's collecting checks. What the
You know what we did get though? The one thing that the Seahawks did get out of this trade was a nice top draft pick.
They got a good pick. They got a pick coming.
We got a nice pick coming. No, well, I might love him.
Zell love rookies.
If we get a QB, I really might love him.
What's your guy named Zell? Tyreek
Woolen.
Tyreek for president.
Don't let him run. You know he's gonna beat everybody.
You ain't lying.
He ought to run with Herschel Walker.
Oh, he might as well.
He gonna beat him. He faster than Herschel.
Zell will vote for
him. Right.
He got my vote.
Unbelievable.
He's a great athlete. All joking aside, man, he's a great athlete. He is one of the best corners out there playing right now. But Zell, you can't step him up into them Hall of Fame shoes you trying to put him in, man. You got him walking on water. I'm about to call him Jesus.
Hey. I'm trying to be early.
You got him walking on water, Zell.
Moonwalking on water. A step above.
Oh man, what we got? What I'm following you, young fellas, man. I'm having a good time, man. Let's talk about some more folks, man. Besides Tyreek Woolen.
Right. Get into that Niners Saints.
Yeah, we were trying to segue into the Niners and Saints, but for some reason, somebody on this live continue to hold us back as a race and a people. We can't progress if we keep doing that, Zell. We can't get the reparations, Zell, if you keep on doing that. Let our people go, and can we get the bag? Come on, Zell, talk to us. Next topic, please.
Yeah. Let's segue into the Niners, because for some reason they done got an injury bug over there, and they continue to get hurt. I had to throw that out there. But a great game that they played, 13 points against a 0 goose egg for the Saints. I'm not sure what happened over there in New Orleans. Actually, I got a slight idea, but I want to see what Mr. Hill, my pops, feels about the Saints and the fact that they continue to put Andy Dalton at quarterback and won't give Jameis a shot. And I want to say free Kamara, but I know you don't want to free Kamara. But what is going on over there? What's up with the Saints and this debacle of a franchise? I mean, they supposed to be going up, but
we got bad news happening right there, right now, man. We got some bad decision making. Quarterback, horrible. You got Andy Dalton, aka the BB gun. What they label, they call him. He was supposed to be the red rifle over there in Cincinnati. He turned out, and then J.J. Watts called him the BB gun, and then I'm sticking because he's been shown to be the BB gun. And then we got Jameson on the bench, and we bring, mind you, Jameson gets hurt a lot too. But we come in with the BB gun. Why are you gonna get a cat whose team should have won the Super Bowl the one year? They lost it. Ain't won a playoff game since he been there. He's horrible. As a quarterback, as a leader, I watched this sucker, man. He got receivers running wide open. He can't hit them. He throwing it too short. He beating himself up. He beating himself up more than the defensive line beating him up. Every time I turn around, he hitting himself in the head. Damn, Dalton, if you throw the pass to somebody, you want to beat yourself up. And then you got Jameson, man. I'd like to see Tick Hill up in there. At least he give you a run threat. He can play like the boy from Philly. Let's utilize his legs, man. Hell, we ain't got nothing to lose. Utilize the run pass option. He can't throw no worse than Dalton, the BB gun. And he can't throw no worse than Jameson, because Jameson like throwing it to the other team. So let's go with him. And then it'll help Kamara, man. Kamara can that run pass, and you got to guard both of them. Play some college ball. Play some college ball running right now, man. Use Taysom. Let him beat up. He's like a tight end back there.
Basically.
And our defense, well, I'll take that back, Joe. Back your boy. I'll give you opportunity to talk about your guy from the Seahawks again, man, because we can take him. I'd take his ass. For the Saints. We can't guard nobody. We can't tackle nobody. We'll take him, Zell. You get that's one team we can trade with his ass. But other than that, man, Saints, we're in bad news. They're making bad decisions. Ever since Peyton left up out of there with Drew. The offense. I can't give Jameson no love because he stayed there and learned the offense. Drew stayed and taught him the offense. So he was supposed to be the man. He was supposed to step in and do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But as we say, you can't be nobody but you. They're going to try to teach him how to manage a game. That brother don't know how to manage no damn game. He came and managed his taxes, I'm sure. Can't manage no game, man. You got the BB gun, man. So we in bad shape, man. The 0. You see what happened to us down on the goal line. 2 times we on the damn 2 or 1, the 3. and come out with 0. We got got the BB gun back there. He ain't got no threat. Try to press the corner so you can have a run pass option with the QB. You got to go up the gut. They stacked it. You ain't running up the gut against San Francisco, man. But you got the BB gun. What you gonna do? He can't get out on the edge. Jameson can't get out. Well, he can get out there, but he gonna throw it to somebody else. So and we down there twice, 2 times. So and come away with 0. I'd rather them kick 2 field goals. Shit.
Second down.
Right. First down. Let's kick the damn thing. Just in case we fumble it, we got 3 more shots at this damn thing. Yeah. Talk to me about give me some stats on my team, man.
I would love to, and I'm glad you asked, because here we go. You made a comment earlier, which was, what did Dalton do? What can he do? Well, I'll tell you. 0 touchdowns, 18 for 29 pass attempts, 204 yards is what he gave you. And they tried to let Taysom Hill throw the ball. He threw it 1 time. He didn't get nothing out of it. Andy Dalton, best play on the field was that the fact that he ran 4 times for 21 yards and averaged 5.2 yards per carry.
Ran his ass off.
He ran his ass off. As a matter of fact, his average per carry was better than Alvin Kamara's. Kamara had 1.9 per carry on 7 attempts for 13 yards. Now,
that's how many fumbles we have.
Come on. Well, you saw the game.
Nephew, when you got a Andy Dalton, a quarterback of that stature, you can load up on the run. Mm-hmm. So Kamara, he's doing double duty. If you have a quarterback, man, that nobody fears, it's like a safety on defense that nobody fears. Mm-hmm. You can load up, and then it makes it tough on the running back, man. A Kamara, that's hard duty. My man for the Raiders, when he getting all them love, he got Adams, and he got some threats. Carr ain't been having the greatest career, but he's there. He can make it happen. He can make it happen, especially he's looking a lot better with Devontae. So that running back got some room. Kamara ain't got no room. Andy Dalton threw the week before 2-3 touchdowns, man. Everybody thought, oh my God, man, quarterbacks do that every week. He'd do it, and everybody like, yeah, a miracle just happened. So that's how bad he is. Quarterback throw 3 touchdowns every week. If you don't throw 3 touchdowns how many times they throw the ball these days, you don't need to be playing. You need to be retired, sitting there with Andy, drinking a beer.
A cold one.
A cold one, yeah. Coors Light. Don't even give him the good shit.
That watered down joint.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Listen, I just want to, in sake of the fact that we're talking about the game in itself, we definitely, I believe we've been able to kind of identify where the lack thereof was for the New Orleans Saints. But I also want to shed some light on how this actually came about, besides the fact that, we didn't put up a lot of points either. But I will say this. What I did notice about the New Orleans Saints, this particular game, just like the offense did last week for Andy Dalton with those 3 tubs, that the defense, it was an opposite effect. The defense actually stepped up for the New Orleans Saints yesterday's game. You had Jimmy Garoppolo doing his usual suspect stuff. He's never going to give you a lot. He's going to give you just a little bit. And he's going to have you gasping for air after every single play, after every single throw. Okay? We know what the truth is about our quarterback. We're not going to sit here and try to sell you a dream. The man is not the one who's going to take you to the promised land. Now, the only way the San Francisco 49ers climb up out of this funk, if you will, in terms of the quarterback at the quarterback position, is if the defense can stay solid enough as they are right now and still perform at the same level to take them to the Super Bowl and possibly get that win. The defense will have to be the difference maker. And what they did last week, or yesterday rather, was exactly what I just said. They made that difference, and they showed it on paper. Again, Alvin Kamara committed 2 fumbles. In one of the most inopportunistic time that you can actually turn over the ball at the goal line.
That's right.
Stuffed him. Fumble-aya. We recovered the ball. We came back. We iced the game. We cleared it out without our staple of offense in terms of run game. No one even showed up. Elijah Mitchell only had 7 carries for 35 yards. Christian McCaffrey only had 11 carries for 32 yards. But guess who actually came in and stepped up and had a more average per carry? Mason Jordan. So I want to touch base on this particular young man because about 20 minutes ago, I heard Zell say that the Seahawks is going to be able to stuff us because now we ain't got no running back. And Jordan Mason came in and averaged 5 yards per carry on 5 touches for 25 yards. I know you saw what he did, Mr. Hill. He came in and he beast moded. I swear to God, if I wasn't crazy or delusional, I would have thought that was Marshawn Lynch in a San Francisco 49er uniform. He was running amok, and he did it in preseason. They had to actually put him on the practice roster because we too deep. The depth is ridiculous at running back for San Francisco. That's just how good we are. We predicate ourselves on the run game. And, let's not forget to mention the fact that if we place one of the coldest football players, I don't even like to call him a receiver, football players in Deebo Samuels in that backfield and have them switch off, we can get the same results that we got this week and the week before as well. But we don't even want to do that. We're not going to do that, but we're going to do a little bit of it because you know why? We want to get that play action cracking because that's the only way Jimmy G is going to be successful. We know this, okay? Let's also put some extra emphasis on the fact that Brandon Ayuk, his first touch was for 20 yards. Yeah, he did it. And Mr. Hill, I had a problem with what Zell was saying in the beginning of the season. He said, after Deebo's gone, who do you have besides George Kittle? And I told him, I said, Zell, just like you say that not enough people watch Seahawks games, you are that person, Zell. You're not watching Brandon Ayuk enough. He said, and I want to bring up this point specifically because we are talking to a 10-year veteran. Zell says that the reason why he doesn't like Brandon Ayuk is because Brandon Ayuk ain't a natural catcher with his hands. Mr. Hill, my question to you today is, before we end this segment on the San Francisco 49ers, is do you have to be a pure catcher in terms of being able to have to catch that ball on the point with your hands out instead of catching it in order to be a great receiver in the NFL?
You know, I'll tell you like this here. There's not many hands catchers. That's a lost art. The premises behind hand catching was that you can keep the defensive back away from your body. You extend your arms and you catch. So the boy can catch with his hands. He can't catch with his hands. He just doesn't have to. If you look at my man from the Seahawks, I'm having lost the train of thought of him. 16. What's his little name?
Tyler Lockett.
Lockett never catches.
His little name. Did you see that? Little name.
Yeah, Lockett keeps his chest on the ball. What's the name tries to catch with his hands? That's his
DK.
DK catches with his hands, but he doesn't catch it all the time. You know, DK does try and catch it with his hands, and I must say that Lockett don't catch with his hands unless it just has to. So that's a lost art. And the boys from San Francisco, yeah, they can go. They got some talent there, Zell. I've been watching them. Debo is not the only receiver that they have. They have a couple deep threats. And their running backs are deep, man. That's one thing you got to admit. Them suckers are deep. And I've always said that. I was like, damn, how they get so many damn running backs?
That's what I said.
Yeah, they got to get, and they can all.
It's like running back you.
It is
RBU.
And that's why I say they can. And I don't think McCaffrey is the best runner. He's probably the best all-purpose guy. But when you hand them that rock, them boys can go, man. They fast, they quick, they got hips, you know. So that's why I say they're not going to be hurting with McCaffrey out of there. You know, and quite frankly, they're in the talk. You know, I'm watching the telecast and announcers are saying, man, I think you might have to throw the 49ers in there. And I'm not really a 49er fan. You know, I was New Orleans and we was in division rivals, but shit, when you got backs like that and you got playmakers, you got to be in the talk. You know, that's why I know Seahawks don't get beat up. Hate to say it, Zell, because I know you get a little sensitive behind that type of shit, you know, but they're going to beat them up. You know, Seahawks, you'll win. They're going to split with the Rams. Your boy going to get hit for a couple touchdowns so you can stop praising him. And like, he's going to let you know he don't walk on water. They're going to say, damn, man, what happened to your wings?
Look, okay, all right. Let me give you these. Let me give you this rundown of the games that the 49ers have to play, because I think that with our schedule, you gave us 2, I give us 4. How many are you giving the 49ers? They won the game ahead of us. They 7-4. We're 5 or 6-5. So they got the Dolphins next.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Buccaneers. They got the Seahawks. They got the Commanders. They got the Raiders and the Cardinals. How many of those are you giving them?
You speaking? Also, you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
Yeah. 1 second before you answer that, because Zell did something real dirty, because he knows that you're not looking at it right now, and I just want to make sure that we throw this information out there, the facts.
I'm getting ready. I'm looking at it now. How many? Okay. How many guys, Zell?
They got 6.
You got the Dolphins, the Buccaneers.
Where are they playing
the
Seahawks,
the Commanders, the 49ers, and the Raiders and the Cardinals, right?
Yep. Don't matter where they're playing.
I'm giving them 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they went 4 them. If not 5.
So if we both went 4,
they went 4, if not 5.
Ooh, you giving them the Bucks?
Oh yeah, they're gonna beat the Bucks, man.
That's tough.
Tom Brady going through some things.
No. He's free now. He's free now.
Ain't no free now.
Tom Brady got him a new boo.
Son.
He ain't worried about Giselle no more.
Son. The one I'm up in the air about is the Dolphins. That's the Dolphins game, because the Dolphins, man, Dolphins bringing some noise, man. They got some things. They put something together over there, man. That's and it wasn't just that the quarterback that they're trying to give all the credit to, but they got a good team. They put some stuff together, man, and I don't see the Bucks. You know, Bucks say no. They're, Tom gonna have to win. Tom's legs getting old. It's late in the season. Ain't no pep in his step. His wallet a little light, but he got some things going on, man. They can't lead them like that. That stress too tough. Commanders, they're gonna beat them up. Although they've been playing a little decent, I gotta give it to them.
I like Heineken.
They've been playing, man. They competing. Cardinals, no, they little man. He can't get it done. He can't get it done, man. Raiders, yeah, they beat them up. That running game ain't gonna go. They'll put a whooping on them. Zell don't like that. I saw you squint, Zell. You think the Raiders can beat them?
I'm just looking at the schedule, and I'm giving them about 3.
3?
I give them 3. I give them 3 wins. I say Cardinals, Raiders, and Commanders. I think they're gonna go 0-3 in the first 3.
Cardinals, Raiders and Commanders.
I think
So
that's
you
all
saying
they
we can't even wait a minute? So that tells me that you don't even believe that the Niners can even beat a good team. That's what you're telling me.
That's what he just said.
I mean, when have who have you beaten? What good team have you beaten?
You're good, right? Watch this.
No, you wouldn't say it.
No.
What team do you consider that's good that you guys have beaten? You didn't beat the Chiefs? And the other teams have been trashed. Every single team you guys played have had a losing record. Every single team you play has a losing record. And then when you play somebody good, win.
Oh, no, they didn't beat the Vikings.
No, they didn't beat the Vikings. Every single team they beat, and they lost to the Broncos. They lost to the Broncos. They lost to the Bears. They lost to the Falcons. And then they beat the Rams, the Panthers, and the Rams. And the Cardinals. And the Saints. Come on.
Now that I'm looking
Come on, you guys ain't played nobody. So play somebody with a winning record besides.
That is a great point. I cannot be
now
upset.
we have a good schedule towards the end. And yeah, you say we're gonna get 2, but I think we're gonna get 4. But I don't think that they can get more than 3.
You keep sneaking that 4 in, Zell?
Because I gotta put it out there so people know that I said it now. So when it comes to fruition, I can beat my chest.
Hey, Zell, you know what? You got a great point, man.
Sure.
But I'm still giving them 4 to 5 of them.
They're better than they were. They're better than they were.
Oh,
but
man,
if Elijah Mitchell's out,
man.
They got Elijah Mitchell out for 8 weeks.
That momentum, one thing about the 49ers, let me tell you about the 49ers. They're greater later. And that's just throughout history. Throughout when I was playing, they practice like that. They practice for championships. And that's just, I just talked to my guy Brett Maxey, who played with the Saints and the Niners, as I was sharing with you. And that's what they do. They know that the Saints was going to be good early on. They know team's going to be good, and they prepare for playoff runs. And that's one thing why I'm on their side. That and their organization hasn't changed, and that's one thing that I would give them. That's but they haven't played nobody early.
They played nobody.
I'm leaning with you on that.
And they lost a couple of them too.
No,
lost to the Bears, lost to the Falcons.
Zell, you know what's interesting about that is that the Niners in the beginning of the season, they weren't looked at in terms of they weren't looked at as a good team. Everyone expected the Niners to be less than the Seahawks, to be quite honest, because we had Trey Lance starting at quarterback. Remember, how can this guy, second-year player who has only had 2 starts, one as a starter, really, actually, to be quite honest, and the second game he played was just kind of, Jimmy G got hurt. And so they said Trey wasn't going to be able to come in, carry a team. He doesn't have enough experience. We haven't seen enough from him. We're not going to put any stock into the Niners. And I believe what happened is after that Seahawks win in week 2, things kind of started to shift a little bit differently, because the first win that they came out with was against the Texans, which obviously is a given. Or no, I'm sorry. We played the Bears. That was game 1. Remember, they said that Trey Lance wasn't better than Justin Fields. And some will probably still even say that to this day, which I still don't agree with at all. Because all Justin Fields is just a running back at a quarterback position. I haven't seen him be able to sit back in that pocket and deliver an ultimate pass like he was at Ohio State. I haven't seen him.
That's what I would say. You got to go back to Ohio State.
Yeah, totally. And then after that, we lost to Denver, and that game was a shootout. We saw that it went down to the wire. It's Russell Wilson. It was really him who brought that team to that victory and that defense. It was a very low scoring game. And then that was
a horrible game too.
That was a horrible game. No, it really was.
That was one of
the Niners played horrible.
That was one of the ugliest games I've seen in a long time, man.
Yeah. That was when we were saying, okay, back to Jimmy G's back to his old shenanigans. And then we came back and we won against the Rams convincingly, 9-24. And then we beat the Panthers. And ever since then, we've been on fire. We took the L against the Chiefs and the Falcons. No big deal. But we came back We beat the Rams, we beat the Chargers, we beat the Cardinals, we beat the Saints last week, and then we're going to play the Dolphins. We could lose against the Dolphins. That may be one of those games that we lose, just because I do like what I see in our former offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniels, who's now the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, with some explosive playmakers on the offensive side.
They call them the Miami 49ers now.
It's ridiculous, bro.
Nephew, let me ask you a question here.
Sure.
Because you was on a roll, man, and I really love listening to you and Zell, you know, the in-depth knowledge. But one thing I got to ask you, how you come to this here, is that, you know, you guys beat up on the Rams 24-9. Then you went and beat the Panthers 37-15. You say y'all was on fire, but you lost the next 2 games.
Yeah.
So how do you be on fire and lose the next 2 games?
I like that you asked that question.
That doesn't sound right.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
That don't sound right.
But
we can't.
You got to get 3 to be on fire.
Hey,
how you on fire, but you lost the next 2 games?
Well, listen.
So you meant the house was on fire?
I hate that you pointed that out. As I was saying it, I was like, "Yeah, you tripping." In my head, I was saying it, and I was like, "But I'm gonna act like they didn't hear it, and I'm gonna keep it moving."
We was on
and
fire.
You heard it.
Like, damn, you was on fire, but you lost twice.
Damn.
Maybe you was striking the match.
The match went out like a motherfucker, didn't it? I don't know how we lost that Atlanta game, bro. I really don't know how we lost that Falcons game. Now, the Chiefs, I understand it. I think we all can understand it. The Falcons game, that should have been 3 in a row right there. You know, no thanks to Jimmy Garoppolo. He only put up 14 points. And then the defense played horrible, actually, 28 points. You can't give the Falcons 28 points. As you know, that was when our it's funny, the Niners, how they play. You said it earlier. They play, and then they do a little bit of something, and then they hit like right before the middle of the season, they hit this like slump. And then it seems like when they got that bye week and they got a chance to rest their bodies, they came back, and then they started with getting those W's back again. Now, one thing I want to see happen is if they can come and beat the Miami Dolphins this week rather, I see the 49ers finishing the rest of the season with only 1 L, and it can come against either the Cardinals, just because it's a divisional game, or against the Seahawks. Maybe.
Divisional.
But I don't, divisional game.
It won't be the Seahawks.
It ain't happening against the Seahawks.
It will not be the Seahawks. It may be against the Cardinals because they may be resting their players for the.
Well, Unc says that it's gonna be the Commanders that's gonna beat them, not the Raiders, but the Commanders. Yeah, Unc says it's gonna be the Commanders. So don't sleep on the Commanders and Taylor Heineke.
No, the Commanders
don't sleep.
Well.
Yeah, they have been playing well. They're 75. 75 right now. And the whole NFC East have been playing well. They've been playing well. Cuddy watching. Yeah, Uncle watching. He said the Commanders gonna be the one. So y'all say it ain't gonna be the Seahawks, but it might be the Commanders.
Oh, he also said it wouldn't be the Raiders.
Yeah, he said it ain't gonna be the Raiders.
I concur.
And he a Raiders fan.
They're gonna tie the Raiders up.
He the Raiders fan.
Yeah, he loved the Raiders.
Wow,
that's a realist.
I love that Commanders. You never know, man. You never know.
No. It's gonna be too much on the line for them to let the Commanders beat them.
That's
late in the season.
Because once it starts getting stuff on the line, they start jockeying for playoff position and all that, and Commanders might need to lose one to get that good draft choice. Shit, y'all, they might go and let that go. Y'all can have this damn victory. We ain't going nowhere.
Take that.
We're gonna keep it close. We're gonna look like we competing, man. Y'all gonna have this, motherfucker. We need that top pick.
There you go. Yeah, exactly where I was about to go with that. Zell, I want to go this direction. it's coming close to wrapping it up. And I believe the best way to wrap up this episode is to ask a 10-year vet what he sees in terms of locker room, because we haven't touched that in depth yet. And we're talking about the NFC West in particular. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to the West Coast Rivalry Podcast. Of course, Tick, Zell, special guest, Mr. Lonzell Hill, 10-year vet, 7 years in the NFL, 3 years in the CFL. Zell, I want to ask this question. What happens in this situation of what's going on with the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury? Sources have told me, I've had in-depth conversations with a player who I cannot name, who plays on the Arizona Cardinals right now, and he is a starter as well. And according to his story, he states that just Kyler Murray is just not that guy. He's a whiner. He's a crybaby. He went back and embellished on the other story about Kyler not studying his playbook over the offseason. That was the reason why they had that whole situation and that drama in the offseason with giving him that new contract, is because he decided that video games were more important. And he's even been showing this like attitude in practice and throughout the games. If you can see, he's getting into it with his players, his receivers are, they're having these sideline blowups. What do you see in terms of this happening? What's going to happen next year? What do you predict happening with the Arizona Cardinals at the quarterback position? Does Kyler Murray come back? That's the first question I have. And then to add on to that question, what have you seen in your experience, your time in the league, of how does this normally play out? I think everybody would like to know that, especially Arizona Cardinals fans.
One thing Tyler Murray is doing, man, Tyler Murray is frustrated. You're looking at a quarterback who was supposed to be the franchise. You're looking at a guy who was a first pick and what have you. But he's about five what? How tall is he, statisticians?
5. They say he's 5'9", but I don't even
he's about 5'8". My mama say he'd be knee high to a duck's butt. And when your skill set, he's not hitting receivers, he's throwing it over their heads. He got one of the best receivers in the game, Hopkins, right along with him. Hopkins came in, man. You ain't heard nothing about Hopkins since he's been playing with that little man, except that one catch that he made to win a game when Tyler threw it up. Now he didn't throw it; he just threw it up. So the locker room is pissed off. The locker room, man, the locker room have things talking about that you guys will never hear on the outside. They fighting. They done threw hands. Trust me, they done threw hands. And when you lose in your locker room, is the worst place in the world that you want to be. Because everybody is looking at you. You wonder what you're looking at. They going to ask you, that was your man. Man, you can't D up. And then everybody go to questioning people's skills. It happens. When you're winning, it's hee ha ha. Whoop de whoop whoop whoop. I remember, man, I won't speak no names, man, but when I was playing right, we had they had to ban guns. They had to ban firearms from the locker room. Oh man, it gets that deep. Suckers come. I saw suckers fighting naked. They was, but it get like that. And it's testy, man. I don't see coaches throw hands in the locker room. Damn. So that's what kind of locker room they in right now. When you're in a locker room like that, you ain't gonna win no damn games. That's why I say they ain't gonna beat the 49ers, because they locker room stink. Tyler looking at cats that don't like him, that he got to throw the ball to. That's when they was in there fighting naked. The fellas turned that cast off, man. Women got excited and shit. Women like, they be in there fighting naked. Oh Lord, how can I get in the locker room? Good Lord, all them naked boys in there fighting and carrying on. If they wrestling in oil, they got no oil on their bodies. They got no oil. Woman, they ain't fighting. They ain't having ball play. Yeah, they got more. Hey, y'all gonna have more women on this damn telecast. They bring that old cat back when they talking about them in the locker room fighting naked. Start off with that segment. Start off with the second segment. That's what we want to hear. Tell us how the players are naked.
Yeah, go more into that.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, man, they in there, man. I tell you, man, it's on. It is on. Locker room is normally a joyful place, but when you're losing, man, hell no. Coaches in there hostile. Cats get cut. You know, shit. The coach want to see you bring your playbook. Oh, you holler at your boy, man. You see cats start coming in. They start coming in the locker room. You start seeing them. They coming in. They flying them in. They working them out. So you see a receiver coming in. You see ODB coming in there, and you'll receive. You're like, shit. Who gonna sign this motherfucker? Because that's my job. And then they got quarterbacks and running backs start coming in. That's what happens, man. And it's an uneasy locker room. It's uneasy, man. They ain't getting along outside the locker room either. They ain't just in the locker room. There's enough going on in there with fools messing with other fools, women, and shit.
Oh shoot!
Losing, because old boy done hit yours. You mad? Yeah.
You don't mess with him no more.
All that's going on right now in their locker room. Ain't nobody messing with yours when you're winning. Everybody's safe. Women safe. Y'all ain't fighting. You ain't already coming in. Cats getting your coffee. Rookies bringing their donuts when they supposed to. Coming there, y'all losing. Rookies rebelling and shit. Rook, you're weak to get the donut, man. Fuck them donuts. You get your own donuts. The season almost over. Rook, go get the motherfucking donuts. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. I ain't getting no more donuts. Yeah, Rook called, nigga. So you just gonna fuck the system, huh? Tyler Murray, that nigga should be getting the donuts. He ain't playing worth a damn.
Yeah, Kyler Murray got to get the donuts.
Kyler Murray need to get the damn donut. Nobody clap your little ass no way.
Let's get the donuts.
Go get the donut. Tyler, go get the donuts. Man. That's what's that. So it's on up in there, man. It ain't a pleasant place, man. I know it's comic to us, but it's serious as a motherfucker to them. They coming in there with a chip on their shoulder, man.
Yeah.
Sure. Don't want trainers walking around the locker room. They think they coming to get you, cut your ass. It ain't no fun.
Trainers come get you?
Huh?
The trainers will come get you to get cut.
Yeah, man. They come and interrupt your beating and shit. Talking about, Coach want to see you. What do you want to see me for? Yeah, I'm in a meeting.
Trying to learn something.
Come on, bring your playbook. I thought we were just gonna talk.
You know what that means.
Yeah, well, you need to go over some shit.
Hey, and they fired their coordinator too.
Oh, the OC? Oh man,
he was grabbing ass in Mexico when he wasn't supposed to be.
Oh man, what?
Yes, sir.
Man, what's wrong with these coaches? Celtics coach hitting some.
Mm-hmm.
He say he ain't gonna say nothing, but Tate got some too.
Tatum hit some.
Tatum hit some.
Allegedly.
I ain't want to put him out there, but Tatum hit something too. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what's happening, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, I tell you, man, I thoroughly enjoyed myself, man, on the telecast. I hope we raised a little money for the next time, with your Cash App and the link. I had a good time. We got a little insight of, Zell when praised the, what's his name?
Tyreek Woolen.
Tyreek Zell when say his prayers to the Tyreek God or whatever his name is. Nephew with the Tick, he loved the Niners. I done found that out now. It's gonna be good, man. Invite me back again, man.
Absolutely.
Shit, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, we had a good time, great time with you. We're glad that you, like Tick said, blessed us with your presence.
Zell?
You know, God is dope.
Yeah,
God is
don't
good.
Say Woolen.
That's okay. I just got to put it out there.
Listen, I promise you. Now, this is our first season doing this podcast, and I got to be honest. I mean, this is our first guest, but this is going to be. If you could just bless us one more time with an appearance before the end of the season.
Oh man.
I listen. They sending us cash out. We just gonna send you the money, okay? We just gonna send you the money, okay? Because I thoroughly enjoyed myself tonight. I mean, I love chopping it up with my co-host Zell. We always have good times on this podcast, but you have just brought a different type of element to this podcast, and it is something I know that the people that are viewing this episode, they're gonna make this request as well. So. Thank you again so much for not just your time, which is one of the most important things you can never give back. We appreciate it with the most sincerest heart when I say that. Thank you so much for your acumen, your information, the education, your wisdom, the knowledge that you invested into tonight's episode. You truly did make it a classic, for sure, hands down.
Yeah, man. I the Seahawk versus the 49ers, man, would be a gift. If I was on before that, I'd come back for that one. Because that one I know that's going to be good, man. And good Lord. And, man, you guys do a fantastic job. The knowledge, man, is amazing. The stats, knowing the players, man. I admire that about you too, man. And I'm not one to know all the names, and it ain't got nothing to do with CTE. I just didn't give a damn who was on the other side of the ball. He was getting it,
Right.
But I had some great friends in there, man. And Zell, no, man. I played against Dion, man, and
damn,
that rookie right there, man. He got a long way to go. The Dion probably, boy, don't you let him hear this, man. His ears will be burning. He might come cover your ass. He'll take your blanket off your ass and say, I got this. Don't worry about it. I got him, Jesus. And he didn't say Woolen either.
Come on, Zell.
I love it. Well, look, it's been another episode, the West Coast Rivalry Podcast, with our special guest and my great co-host. Like, comment, subscribe, share, please, because we want this out there. And we're going to have you on again, Pops.
Cash App.
We loved it. Cash App us, because we're going to have it right there in the link.
Link is up. Cash App them fellas, man. Let's get this thing popping, man.
Yep, we need them. We need the funds. Let's go.
Much love.
Another episode in the books. Let's go.
All right.